Today I want to do a very basic tutorial, things with baseball reference. These are things that I think that everyone probably already knows, but in case you don't, it would be a very good thing. So the first thing we want to do is go to baseball reference. Once we're at baseball reference, we can go in and see whatever it is that we want to do. Now I want to check some stuff on Francisco Lindor. So up here in the search box, we'll just put in his name. And there's Francisco Lindor's page. So let's go over to his game logs for this season. So you hover over game logs and click on the year that you want, and you scroll down and you see all of the individual games and what he did. I mean, bats, hits, runs, RBIs, all the basic stats. So what I want to do is look at the time that he started hitting. So they played a doubleheader on the 27th, and through games of the first game of the doubleheader on the 27th, he had a 178, 288, 261 triple slash line for a 549 OPS. I mean, it was dismal. But if we start with the second game where he went 1 for 3 and see what he did for the rest of the season. So you click on the date that you want to start and the date that you want to end, and then it'll calculate what he did in the span. So you can see that in his final 82 games of the season, Lindor had a 258, 341, 492 line for an 833 OPS. Now, if you close that back, so he had an 833 OPS, you close that back, you go back to his main page, and you see his lifetime OPS is 821. So from the second game of that doubleheader at the end of May, he pretty much did exactly what you would expect him to do. And I think that gets lost on a lot of people because they see that his final line is 734, and it's like, oh, he was even worse than he was in 2020. Well, he was absolutely horrible the first basically 2 months of the season, but for the final 4 months of the season, granted he missed about a month with an injury, he hit exactly like his career line suggested he would, perhaps even a little bit better. So the same principle holds with a pitcher. So we could look up Marcus Stroman. So we click on Marcus Stroman, and we can also view his game logs. And there are all his things. Now, the nice thing about this, in addition to the summing that we showed with Lindor, you can also put it sort it by any of these red things here at the top. So let's just pick strikeouts. So Stroman's high in strikeouts this season was the 9 that he had in 7 innings against the Giants. And it's pretty wild that he had 1, 2, 3, 4 games where he had 1 or no strikeouts. The 1 strikeout game came in 6 innings, and while 2 of the 3 0 strikeout games came in very short outings, he had no strikeouts in a 5-inning game against the Yankees on the first game of the doubleheader on the 4th of July. So you can do that by any, you want to do hits, you want to do innings pitched. It's just another thing that you can do, is that you can sort. Now, when you sort, you can't, can you? No, when you sort, it still does it in chronological order. So you can't sort in that way. Once you've decided to click on one of these columns to sort, then you can't sum a certain number of games. It will always default to the chronological. But that's a minor setback. Some pretty neat things that I hope you already knew how to do, but if you don't know how to do them, this was showing you how.